This place looks ordinary, quiet, forgettable.
May 1st, 2011. Abbottabad, Pakistan. A town that seemed untouched by the world's wars.
This compound stood out, not for luxury, but for secrecy.
Inside these walls, time moved slowly. The rooms remained quiet.
As evening arrived, the town settled into stillness. The night passed quietly, like many before it. Spaces like these often go unnoticed, silent and still.
Corridors connect spaces, quietly bearing the marks of daily use. Ordinary objects often tell the simplest stories.
Walls define spaces, separating inside from outside.
Time moved forward, quietly and without interruption. Even the narrowest paths carried the rhythm of everyday life.
Light revealed details often overlooked.
Shadows traced the slow passage of time.
As evening approached, the air began to change.
From above, everything seemed orderly and calm.
Daylight slowly withdrew from the streets. At night, only the lights hinted at life inside.
Before the day began, the streets remained still.
Light quietly reshaped the streets.
In the morning, familiar spaces appeared unchanged. Buildings stood quietly, shaped by time and routine.
By midday, the town moved at a steady, unhurried pace.
By midday, the streets remained calm and familiar.
Every doorway marked a private, ordinary space. At noon, the space remained quiet and unchanged.
As afternoon approached, the light began to change. The afternoon eased toward evening without urgency.
Some places exist quietly, rarely noticed.
Shadows lengthened as daylight slipped away. As darkness approached, small lights began to appear. Night settled in, calm and undisturbed.
Late at night, the streets rested in silence. Nothing disturbed the stillness of the night.
Even the busiest places fall silent at night.
Only small lights broke the darkness.
From above, the town lay quiet and unchanged.
The night held everything in stillness.
As night faded, the first light quietly returned. Morning light revealed familiar shapes once again. The street waited quietly for the day to begin.
With daylight, small details came into view. With the sun fully risen, the day resumed its quiet rhythm.
Morning revealed corners, often overlooked.
Pathways connected spaces in quiet ways.
As the morning advanced, the light grew steady.
The buildings stood quietly, shaped by time.
Late morning carried the same quiet rhythm.
Under the midday sun, shadows held their shape.
Lines and structures repeated themselves across the buildings.
In the afternoon heat, movement slowed to a minimum.
As afternoon faded, the light grew warmer.
Late afternoon carried a softer, slower pace. As evening approached, the light softened once more.
Balconies overlooked the streets in silence. The street shifted quietly from day to night.
As daylight faded, small lights began to glow.
Night returned, calm and undisturbed.
Late at night, the streets remained empty and quiet.
The courtyard rested quietly through the night.
Only a few lights remained after midnight.
Above the town, the sky remained unchanged. In the deepest hours of night, everything stood still.
Before sunrise, the first hints of light appeared.
The rooftops waited quietly for the day to begin.
The streets remained empty, holding the quiet of early morning.
With morning light, familiar details returned.
With daylight restored, the town resumed its quiet rhythm.
Morning settled in with familiar calm. Sunlight revealed familiar shapes and textures.
In full daylight, the courtyard appeared unchanged.
Above the town, clouds continued their slow journey.
Midday carried on with quiet consistency.
The afternoon mirrored the same quiet rhythm. Some spaces remained unchanged throughout the day.
In the warmth of late afternoon, time seemed heavier.
As evening approached, the light softened once again. Evening returned with the same familiar calm. Dusk softened the edges of the streets. The last light lingered briefly on the windows.
As daylight disappeared, artificial light took over.
Night returned, restoring quiet to the streets.
In the deepest hours, silence returned completely.
Just before sunrise, the world remained hushed.
The first light of morning quietly returned.
At sunrise, the streets remained calm and empty.
Morning light revealed the smallest details.
With daylight fully restored, the cycle continued. By midday, the rhythm of the day had settled once more. The hours passed without interruption.
The buildings stood unchanged in the light.
The afternoon drifted by without urgency.
Once again, the light began to soften.
And so, the cycle continued to sieve. Quiet, steady, unchanged.
Once again, evening settled over the streets.
Balconies overlook the street in silence.
As darkness returned, lights quietly took over. Night restored its familiar stillness.
The night continued, unchanged and calm.
Before sunrise, everything remained still.
The first light of morning quietly returned.
Morning arrived without noise or urgency.
Morning light once again revealed familiar details.
With daylight restored, routine quietly resumed. Another ordinary day moved forward. By midday, time seemed to hold its breath.
Structure and form remained constant throughout the day.
As afternoon progressed, shadows slowly lengthened.
Once again, the light began to fade.
Evening returned, restoring calm once more.
As dusk settled, the light quietly withdrew.
After sunset, only a few lights remained.
Night arose fully, restoring quiet to the streets.
In deep night, silence held everything in place. The cycle ended. Only
to begin again.